Morning, students. As we had been studying cash book, so moving on to the next question of cash book. See, as you can see here, the following transactions related to Messrs. Tools India, and from that we have to prepare a double column cash book. Now, the information which is available to us is for 1st September 2017 bank balance and cash balance. So first of all, it is the balance on 1st September. That means it is which balance? It is opening balance. Since cash is also having balance and bank is also having balance, that means they both have a asset balance, which means they both have a debit balance, right students, as we have discussed in our previous lectures. That is, bank balance and cash balance are assets, and assets are always having a debit balance. So we'll go to cash book for the first. As you can see here, the format remains same: date particular LF cash bank, or date receipt LF cash and bank. This is end of debit. In the same way, credit side, date, payment, or particulars, LF, cash column and bank column. So first of all, as we have discussed, that the balance on 1st September is our opening balance, and it is opening balance of asset which is having debit balance. So moving to the debit side, we have written two balance brought down, 15,000 and 42,000. Cash was 15,000, which is written on cash side, and bank balance was 42,000, which is written on bank side. Right, students? Now the next point we have is purchased goods by check 12,000. So here what is happening? We purchased goods. Now as you all can see that since we have purchased goods, it is definitely a payment, and payment has to be recorded which side? Credit side of cash book. But if we look for the journal point of view, since we have purchased goods, which means as per your journal, purchases account debit. We have made payment through check, which means the payment is made by bank. So bank is the giver, and so to bank account. So purchases account debit to bank account. Now here bank got credited. Since bank got credited here, we'll go to credit side of bank and write down by purchases. We'll write here by purchases. Sorry, not this one. We'll write here by purchases 12,000. Correct? The next point we have is sale of goods for cash. Next point we have is sale of goods for cash. Here, since we have sold goods for cash, which means we sold goods and received cash, so it's a receipt. And receipt, as we already have discussed, that receipt is always recorded on the debit side, right? So we'll go to debit side of cash book and we'll record it to the debit. But if you look for the journal point of view, it is sale of goods for cash. That means cash coming into the business. And as per real account, anything that comes into the business has to be debited. So journal entry will be cash account debit to sales, being an income, has to be credited. So cash account debit to sales account. Now here, since cash got debited, so we'll go to debit side of cash book and we'll write here to sales 6,000. Correct? Moving to the next point. And the next point we have is purchased machinery by check. Now here we purchased machinery. As you all can see that since we have purchased machinery and payment is made through check, which means money is paid through bank, so it means it's a payment, and payment has to be recorded to the credit side of the cash book. But if you look from the journal point of view, you have purchased machinery, so machinery coming into the business, and hence machinery account got debited. Hence machinery account got debited. And we have purchased machinery and made payment by check. That means payment is made through bank. So bank is the giver. So machinery account debit to bank account. Here bank got credited. So we'll go to credit side of bank and we'll write here buy machinery 5,500. Next we have is sold goods and received check. As we already have discussed that if nothing is mentioned regarding this check, then we'll consider that it is deposited into bank. Otherwise, we'll have to check other lines to check whether this check is immediately deposited into bank or not. But here it is said that deposited same day. So students, do remember here this point means a lot. So always remember, in case of cash book, if you just received a check, so you will not consider it to be deposited into bank unless and until you are informed something here. Sometimes what happens that you received check here but you on 16th, but you deposited that check on 24th. So in that case, entry will have some different effect. We'll check it when we receive this type of question. Currently what is happening that we received check and deposited it on the same date. That means when we received check and deposited it on the same date, so we consider that bank got debited on the same date. Now what is happening here? Sold goods and received check. So definitely, since you received check and you deposited it on the same date, which means your bank got debited. And since your bank got debited, you will go to debit side of cash book. You will go to debit side of cash book and write down two sales 4,500. The next point we have is purchased goods from Mridula in cash. Now here what happened that we purchased goods from Mridula but in cash. What would have been here if this wouldn't have mentioned? If it would just have mentioned that purchased goods from Mridula, we wouldn't have passed it to cash book. Reason being, since you purchased goods, purchases got debited. Since you purchased goods from Mridula, Mridula got credited. Neither cash came into the picture nor bank came into the picture. So if cash and bank both did not come into the picture, there will be no entry in cash book. But here we are said that we purchased goods from Mridula but in cash. Now the name of Mridula is just a information which we have of no use. Since we purchased goods and we paid cash, so it wouldn't have made any difference if we would have purchased these goods from someone else also. Because purchasing goods from anyone, we have to make a payment. Now, since we purchased goods and paid cash, cash is going out from the business. Now, since cash is going out from the business, we'll write here by purchases. Since payment was made by cash, so amount will be written on the cash. The next point we have is purchase stationery by check. Now we purchase stationery. Stationery came into the business and we made payment through check. That means our bank got credited. Payment made through bank, it's a payment. So we'll go to cash book, payment side, that is credit side, and we'll write here by stationery. Since amount is paid through check, so payment will be made through bank. Next point we have is check given to Rohit. Now we have given check to Rohit, which means it is a payment made to Rohit. So generally journal entry will be Rohit's account debit, to, since we have paid him, check. So payment is made through bank. So Rohit's account debit to bank account. Now here bank got credited. So we'll go to credit side of bank and we'll write here by Rohit 1500. Amount is written in the bank column. Next we have is cash withdrawn from bank. Now it is having a very important point, very relevant point. We have withdrawn cash from bank. Now what is happening? Cash coming into the business from bank, which means cash got debited and bank got credited. But the important thing is that in this question you have made cash column also and bank column also. So it is just like that your bank being giver has to be subtracted and cash since came into the business has to be added back. So to add we have debited and to subtract bank we have credited. Now depending upon our journal entry only, cash account debit to bank account, will post it into cash book, and this type of entry is called as contra entry. When the both transactions of same book are affected, it is considered as a contra entry. So here on 27th September, we withdrew cash. So cash got debited by what? By bank. So we had been here and we have written to bank account amount on the cash column. And at the same time, on 27th September, on the credit side, by cash account and amount is written on the bank column. And here in the column of LF, we have written C, which stands for contra entry. This point we have discussed yesterday also. Now the next point we have is rent paid by check. Now here we have paid rent by check, which means payment is made through bank. That means bank is the giver. So bank need to be credited. So going to the credit side of bank, will write here by rent 2500. Or journal entry, you can say that rent account debit to bank account. Since bank have got credited, so we'll go to credit side of bank and we'll write by rent. And the last point we have is paid salary worth rupees 3500. Salary being an expenditure need to be debited, and since it's a payment made, now when the payment is not mentioned that we paid salary in which way, through cash or bank, so we'll consider that we have made the payment through cash. If nothing is mentioned, we'll consider it through cash. Now since we have paid salary, payment is made, so we'll go to credit side and we'll write by salary. Or if you want to look in form of journal entry, it is salary account debit to cash. Now since cash got credited, we'll go to credit side of cash book and we'll write by salary. So here we have. Right, students? This was the end of our last point. Now what we have to do is, now we have to close the account. Okay, always remember, cash will always have debit balance greater. Cash will always have debit balance greater, because cash, unless and until you have in your hands, you cannot spend it. So cash will definitely always have a debit balance. But bank can have any balance. Bank can have debit balance as well as credit balance. As yesterday we have discussed a concept called bank overdraft. So sometimes we may have drawn extra amount from the bank. So bank can have any balance. Currently, let's check it out, but just by hiding your balance carried down for the first. Now what you are supposed to do is, you have to check the balance of debit side as well as credit side. So when we talk about cash book, 15 plus 6, 21 plus 30, 31. Here we go, 31,000. Since 31,000 is the greater balance, so we'll write it on the both the sides. Now for balancing, what we are supposed to do is, we have to check the credit balance. So here what we have is 17,400 plus 3,500. Balance carried down will be ignored. So 17,000 plus 3,000 comes to 20,900. So 31,000 minus 20,900. The difference should have been 100 and 10. That comes to 10,100 rupees. Now what does it mean technically? That on your debit side the balance is 31,000, but on the credit side the balance is only 20,900, which means you have received total rupees 31,000, out of which you spent only rupees 20,900, which means you are left with a balance of 10,100, and this is your balance carried down. This is your closing balance which is left with you at the end of the month. Right, students? Now let's check the bank column. Bank column, here we have 42 plus 4, that comes to 46,500. But we have discussed that here any balance could be greater. Currently we can see in this question that 46,500 is written, which means this is the highest balance, but still we'll check it out. On the credit side we have 12 plus 5, 17, 18, 19, 21, 31. 31 plus 32, 600. So here you have the balance of 32,600. Obviously, 32,600 is lower balance and 46,500 is the greater balance. So definitely we can say that the debit balance of bank is greater. So we'll write it on the both the sides. Now what we'll do? We'll subtract this total from this 46,500 and we'll get a balance of 13,900. So this is the closing balance of our bank account. That means in the bank also we are left with the amount of 13,900. Now as we discussed earlier that the closing balance of 30th September will be opening balance of 1st October. So on 1st October balance brought down will be cash 10,100 and bank 13,900. With this we have completed this question of ours. So we'll wind for that. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.